This next interview is a part of the Food on Demand series, a collection of conversations that was held live on the conference showroom floor of the Food on Demand conference in Las Vegas, Nevada in May of 2024. The next guest in our Food on Demand series is the Director of Company Catering Operations for Newk's Eatery, Liz Pearson. This Oxford, Mississippi sandwich and pairing concept is celebrating 20 years of operations in 2024 and is also encroaching on 100 total locations. In this conversation, we talk about the opportunity within restaurants to go from entry to management level, the ability to scale operations and brand standards across state lines, and finally, the importance and key factors that packaging bring to a catering delivery. Let's get into the conversation. I think your journey in the restaurant industry is super intriguing. You've been in the space for a really, really long time. You started out with Newk's, I believe, left for a little while, and then are now back and have worked your way up.
You caught that, huh?
I believe you were like in store and then are now the head of a whole operations team, which is an incredible journey. Could you just speak to how wild it is to be able to be in an industry where you're still able to work from the ground level to almost management level positions?
Yeah, so I'm so lucky to have done my entire restaurant career with Newk's. So I started off actually as an hourly partner, and I learned all the lines. Sandwich, pizza, salad, dish, dining room attendant. That's actually what I was hired in as. My first day, I was bussing tables, and I still do today. But then I kind of went to the next level. I started going on training trips where we have new store openings, and we are able to send red shirt trainers from various locations to open up a new restaurant. And I loved doing that. I love the training side of all of that. And then that kind of snowballed into shift leading, and I was a key holder and, helped close down the restaurants, and because they're an extension of management too. And then next thing you know, there's catering. And I guess I never looked back, but I've been with Newk's from, that's my entire restaurant resume. I don't consider, I've worked in a concession stand a couple of times, but I don't really count that. So, and here I am in the last 2 years, I'm lucky enough to oversee our company operators and sales and marketing for it. And I have a team of myself and Caitlin Nina. She's our area catering sales manager, and she's amazing and couldn't do it without her. So my journey has been long, but I'm proud to have done it with Newk so far.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable story. And you mentioned kind of going from store manager yourself, I believe, to area manager, and now director of the whole catering and operations team. I guess, what is the difference and how difficult is it to go from managing the processes of one store location to then an area to now a nationwide operation? Is it difficult to scale processes and operations and procedures? It has to be from one location to multiples.
It's definitely a different task than, when I started out, but as long as I have coffee, everything is doable. Starbucks, thank you.
Clip that out.
Right. But I think the most important thing is that we have training, tools that our restaurants can use and have the best, resources for doing SOPs and how to handle situations. Do we have an entire library that our restaurants can use so we stay consistent in how we handle everything? So one restaurant in Summerville, South Carolina should be doing the same thing in Nacogdoches, Texas. So, we're really consistent. We've been open for 20 years. We just had our anniversary and we're fixing to celebrate. So, and knowing that, we've been around for a long time and we just have the best operators. So I don't really have to worry about too much, going from whether I'm overseeing one store or 29 company locations, because we have the right tools, we have the right people in place, and we're pretty blessed to run that way.
And that's amazing to hear, to be honest, to be that comfortable with the foundation that you guys have been able to build, that, like you said, and have already assured yourselves that customer experience is going to be the same from location to location.
Absolutely. And on the catering front, of course, if we roll out a new menu item or something like that, I am hands-on, but, we provide our restaurants with all the resources that they need. So, Newk's has always put their operators first. So, it makes it easy to make sure we're consistent and doing it right for the guest.
Hell yeah. And something when we're talking catering, packaging and the food being able to travel well, especially being a sandwich kind of brand like Newk's Eatery is,
Yep.
it is crucial to the guest experience and how the end consumer receives the product. I've seen some Newk's packaging, some individually boxed items. Obviously, you guys have some sandwich platters out there that
Yep.
are ordered pretty consistently, but how effective and important is it for you guys to make an item and a product that is able to travel well and consistently?
Well, like you said, sandwich boxes and platters that's nothing new, out there. But our packaging, I think, is in 2 points. It's visual, and then it's also how is it, taking care of the temperature control, whether it's a hot item or a cold item. So luckily, again, 20 years under our belt, we know what we're doing. And when it comes to like our pizzas, we have a great pizza box. Our soup containers has, a great, shell around it. But, we also have important things when we're traveling or carrying food on deliveries. We have, those big red, insulated bags. We have those Metrolite coolers. We make sure that from when the food's made to delivered, we're doing it right. And, packaging, is important, but we're doing well on cold and hot sides, I believe. And we did just actually rebrand. So visually our packaging looks amazing. We had some hand done art put on all of our boxes, and we're doing good there too.
Yeah, the orange and white, is it orange and white, or is that the old branding and now you have new branding?
It's well, our colors now are red and blue.
Okay. Oh wow.
Yeah,
Did I get that completely wrong?
A little bit, but it's okay.
Okay.
But what we'll pretend, so when we were Newk's Express Cafe, when we launched in 2004, we are actually red, yellow, and black. So
Wow.
we'll pretend that you meant to,
Yeah, maybe.
say that.
I for some reason the picture in my mind was an orange and white box. I must have been obviously confused with the different brand.
It's red and white. Close.
Yeah,
close.
Orange, red. It's the same
fine.
hue. Whatever. What it is. In regard to the packaging and the sandwich and the ease of consumer kind of experience with that kind of product, the setup piece when it comes to the delivery and for the driver specifically. Individually boxed lunches, sandwich platters, it's not a high-end task, or it's not a heavy ask of a driver to set up an individually boxed meal or a sandwich platter. But I still want to make sure that the drivers understand what the expectations are on the driver end of things for Newk's Eatery as a brand. So could you just speak to the drivers at home consuming this content and let them know what are Newk's expectations for the driver and how that relates to the customer experience?
Yeah, it's funny that you asked me that. I'm a stickler for presentation. So those that, have known me all these years know that, oh, Liz better like the way that this looks set up. But, for when our drivers, whether it's, deliver that or, easy dispatch or whatever, third party or whatever it may be, on that end, my expectation on the deliveries setting up, especially, is just being courteous by means of, if the guest is asking a question, if you don't know it, say, let me go and, find the answer for you, or let me have someone call you. I don't want a driver to say, well, I don't know, I'm just delivering.
Kind of brush it off.
Don't brush it off. Just, have a little personality. But, when you're setting it up on delivery, like you said, boxes and trays it's not a difficult setup. But you want to make sure you think of the little things. Are the boxes turned and stacked to where they're labeled so the guest can read it? So you can grab them easily. Are the cups by the tea, or are they sitting over there by the mayonnaise and mustards? It's little things like that, that are key on delivering for us.
Yeah, the devil's in the details, some would say.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Yeah, and when you mention it, especially if you are labeling like vegan options or gluten-free options, that can be a major key in someone possibly eating the wrong thing.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I just, put an order into our system we have box salads as well. And I had to make a note saying, no croutons gluten-free. We have a spot on our box lunches that makes that available. So that way, again, when you're setting it up, make it easy to read. So, it's very important.
Last question I have for you, Liz. Again, I greatly appreciate your time and sitting down with me today.
Yeah.
Newk's has a ton of offerings, like pairings on the online ordering and the menu that I saw on the website. But something I saw super intriguing is you guys actually have pizzas available to the consumer and the public. All that being said, I just want to know if you could build one order yourself from the entirety of the Newk's menu, what would you yourself order off that
Like
menu?
like my own creation or like my favorite menu item?
I would say, let's say, what is your favorite
Menu item.
pair of Newk's menu items?
Oh, goodness gracious. Everything. I mean, you just mentioned our pizzas, which we also cater as well. I mean, pizzas and bulk salads is an amazing offering that a lot of brands, our competitors, don't have in that way. But my favorite would pizza, any pizza on cauliflower crust. You just can't beat it. But I would also probably have to say our chicken salad sandwich. It's a Newk family recipe. And that's one of the things that is with our core that we drive and guests keep coming back for it. But it's definitely probably one of my go-tos.
Okay, the chicken salad sandwich.
Chicken salad sandwich. You can pair it with a Caesar, mac and cheese, whatever you want. Or, you know, like I said, any of our pizzas on our seasoned cauliflower crust with, you know, a good half salad. That's probably my favorite.
All right. Hell yeah. I appreciate it, Liz. Again, thank you so much for your time sitting
Thank
down with
you.
us live on the showroom floor of Food On Demand Conference.
And congrats on 1 million deliveries. What?
Congrats on 20 years.
Well, thank you.
Look at us. Just celebrations all around.
All around. And
Thank
we're
you
in
so
Vegas.
much. Awesome.
Thank you.